Until I actually visited, I knew St John's as a blink and you'll miss it station that trains to Lewisham and Blackheath occasionally had the impertinence to waste my time stopping at. Above ground it's more appealing, dare I say even a little kooky. St John's is a tiny little slice of Lewisham bounded by the Ravensbourne River on the north side, Lewisham Way and Brockley on the south. It's hardly a place at all. The church, mind you, is tall, very tall. I reckon it's 6 metres, around 20 feet taller than All Saints Blackheath, which itself is not a squat building. Built in 1854 by Philip Hardwick, it was built with funds provided by the noted philanthropist Baroness Burdett Coutts, who probably deserves a video of her own. But suffice to say, she had inherited the equivalent of £100 million at the age of 23, was a friend of Charles Dickens, proposed marriage to the much older Duke of Wellington, 45 years her senior, and spread her wealth prolifically, including founding Columbia Market and the RSPCA. She was also the president of the Goat Society.
I'm Chris Hanning, I'm vicar here at St John's.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here a year and 4 months at the moment.
Oh, so quite new.
Yeah, fairly new. Yeah, absolutely.
I took the opportunity to take a look at a couple of things I'd not really got a good look at in other churches, in particular the bell tower and the organ. Let's have a quick look at the bell tower. Oh, wow. This is so elaborate. Have you got bell ringers now?
There's a local group who ring in a number of churches locally, and so occasionally they come here. Yeah, special ringings are recorded.
Oh, well, thanks for showing me this. I've not been in a bell tower.
It's a bit Harry Pottery, isn't it?
It is. You got it.
Well, I could open the thing as well.
You've got these
That might be
fantastic
helpful.
wood carvings and so on.
There we go.
Wow.
So I can play a few notes, but nothing
But this
too...
is kind of like...
Yeah, this is a whole different story, really. This organ is it's a listed organ. It was built over 100 years ago. It's a Binns organ. They were a
What is, oh, that's the manufacturer.
That was the manufacturer at the time, which was very well known at the time and high quality. I believe it's the first decade of the 20th century as a whole,
That makes sense,
and a huge amount of it is absolutely original.
Might I just touch it? Is that all right? I won't.
Yeah.
Just I'm not going to press anything. But.
You can hear the mechanisms literally working. It's not digital. It's definitely mechanical.
This is an acoustic instrument.
Yeah, that's right.
It's St John the Evangelist. Is that right? Or St John? Is that right? Or?
Yes, I think so. That's right. One of the 4 writers of the different Gospels. Traditionally, the symbol for that St John who wrote the Gospel account, the symbol for him traditionally has been the eagle.
Yes.
And there is an eagle above the front door.
Yes.
So I think that makes it kind of
There's no question
clear who it refers to. I think in my eyes anyway.
Have you got a St John here?
Do we have a St John here?
Yeah, represented here.
What do you mean?
Like a stained glass window? Or
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I see.
Sorry. Not otherwise embodied.
That is a good question. I think he's up there.
Oh, good, cool.
I thought you meant in the congregation. Yeah. So here's the big east window, and with 4 scenes from the Bible, and there in the centre is a portrayal of St John himself, St John the Evangelist, who wrote the 4th Gospel account of the life of Christ. Underneath that is a smaller representation of St John the Evangelist, also St John who received and wrote Revelation, the last book of the Bible.
Okay.
And
John writes Revelation as well. Is that
that's right?
Tradition. I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can see above that the eagle as well.
Yeah.
So you see him there receiving revelation from an angel of God. So bottom right we have the parable of the prodigal son, with on the right hand side the elder brother looking very unhappy about that. Bottom left we have the parable of the Good Samaritan. Absolutely. I think the top right, that's a portrayal of the parable of the 10 virgins.
The last quarter is the parable of the talents. I didn't know this beforehand, but the parables in the window are anachronistic because none of them actually appear in John's Gospel. In fact, John doesn't even use the word parable or have parables. I think the common theme here is eschatology, which is the study of last things. In a sense, they're all about being ready for the end of days. Fortunately, we still had a little bit of time left to go and see the final window. Did I see there was a window on that side of the building as well?
So exactly so about 50 years ago,
Yes.
there was some major works done on the inside of the building to create more accessible space for different kinds of thing. So that's why we don't see the west window here, because it's behind the wall.
Absolutely amazing.
And even more so when the sunlight comes streaming in. And so this is the story from Genesis in the Old Testament of Joseph.
Do you know who did the windows? Oh, it says Warden Hughes. Here we go. Apologies for my reference, but it's the Lloyd Webber musical we're talking about.
It's understandable, yes, exactly. Yeah,
This is what I know, okay.
Joseph rises to become from the lowest point in prison and to the highest point, to the second in command of the whole of Egypt.
I can't decide whether it's a crime against architecture that this isn't open so you can see it from the church, which obviously was what the intention was. But the offset from that is you can get right up close and really see the amazing detail.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?